And there's been a shakeup in leadership at the Roosevelt Park Zoo in Minot. The Minot Park District confirming with us today that Jeff Bullock is no longer with the zoo. He was hired as director in April of 2021, replacing Becky DeWitt's, who left at the time for a leadership position at a zoo in Sioux Falls. Now, we reached out to Bullock, who said he was fired on August 26th, and that Park District leadership indicated it was due to a lack of progress in addressing personnel issues at the zoo. Leadership with Minot Parks declined to comment on why Bullock was out. They already have the director position posted. Meanwhile, Jarrod Olson, the district's director of operations, is assisting until the spot at the zoo is filled.